Hi, I'm Sonia Battle, and this is Monday Momentum. And today's topic is I'm Not Her, the Real You Takeover. Now, this topic is very near and dear to my heart because it's going to allow me to be transparent about my journey and what I went through dealing with self-rejection. And I just want to dive right in. And I want to tell you some things about self-rejection that I want to share with you. And I do have my phone. Yes, I got my notes, but I don't want to miss anything because this is very important. Ladies, today marks the day of your freedom. So some things that you may notice if you're dealing with self-rejection is self-image issues where you cannot accept how you look physically. Yeah, that was me. I still deal with it. And many of you know I am on a weight loss journey that's been fluctuating up and down. I didn't even want to record today because of that very struggle. One of the other things is difficult time receiving love from others. You can't receive love because you don't love yourself. We're going to talk about that. It's difficulty really loving others and being true to yourself. You're deeply critical. You have a critical spirit of yourself and of others. You find yourself always criticizing someone else, being judgmental of someone else, and it's all because you don't like who you are on the inside. Well, I want to let you know that there are ways that you can be free from that. For me, my experience was, well, I had a heart encounter, a true heart encounter with God. I grew up in church. My dad is a pastor, but God wasn't in me. And when I realized that the Bible let me know that he was despised and rejected, rejection was nailed to the cross. I don't have to succumb to it. He let me know that he loved me. I was able to sit down and have a mirror moment and identify those reasons and those issues why I began to reject myself. I had to be honest, and it wasn't my fault I was abused. It wasn't my fault that people mishandled me. It wasn't my fault that I was cast to the side or overlooked or harsh word, verbal abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse. I went through all of those things. Today is freedom for you, ladies. Sis, let me tell you something. You got to know that you can conquer this. You got to know that you don't have to hurt for the rest of your life. You don't adjust to hurt. You get healed from hurt. And yes, it can be a process, but the process starts now. What I did was I identified those who abused me. I forgave myself. I asked God to forgive me because I was even mad at him because I'm like, why did you even create me for this? But he let me know that I created you to be the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. And I have an expected end for you. And I think good things of you, and you are the apple of my eye. I was in prayer one night and the Holy Spirit told me that I was an eagle. And I said an eagle, and I knew that I wasn't a literal eagle, but it was an example of. And the Bible talks about us mounting up as on wings as of an eagle. And some things about an eagle stood out to me, some principles, some characteristics about an eagle. And I want you to take this because this is going to help you. Eagles fly at high altitudes alone. Do you understand that sometimes in your journey of self-discovery, of destroying that imposter you, destroying the negative words that were spoken over your life year in and year out, the wrong touches, people handling you, lying on you, mistreating you, all of those things, you need to be alone. But guess what? Being alone doesn't mean you have to be depressed. Being alone doesn't mean you have to be overwhelmed or filled with anxiety. No, what it means is God will give you the ability to fly high while he cover you, while you identify those things, acknowledge those things, and take ownership of who you are, that you are wonderful, that you are great, that you are loved. Another thing that I like about the eagles, they don't hang with ravens and they don't hang with pigeons. No, they're their own unique kind of bird. And I was trying to hang with ravens and pigeons. So imagine how I'm trying to communicate and there's a language deficit there. They can't understand me. I'm frustrated by them. They're frustrated by me because I was trying to talk my eagle language to a pigeon and they just couldn't get the language. Know who you are. Another thing that I like about eagles is that they eat fresh prey. They don't eat dead prey. How many things in your life are dead that you're still feeding on and trying to get life and trying to get vindicated, trying to get closure? I'm the number one person. Well, I want closure. I want an apology. I've learned that sometimes an apology and closure will never come. You can't continue to walk in dead places, dead relationships, and dead connections and expect life. Today, we're breaking away from all of the dead things that is working against us. We're here to live. Yes, sis, you're going to live today. Inhale. Now exhale. You're breathing again. So another thing that I like about the eagle, that this is the momentum piece that I couldn't wait to get to. When there's a bad storm, eagles don't run and hide. They use the wind from the storm and allow that to be the momentum that propels them above the storm. Guess what? If I'm above you, I'm over you. I got authority over you. So guess what? When you fly, when you soar above your storm, that means your storm is not in control of you. The elements of the storm, I'm not saying you won't feel it. I'm not saying you won't shed a tear, but your storm won't become your dictator. My storm can't dictate my mood. It can't tell me that I'm going to be happy, sad, depressed, low, rejected, high. It can't tell me any of those things because now I'm in control of the storm and I stand up and take authority over that storm. You got to get an eagle mentality. There is freedom in this for you. So try this for me. I know you're probably listening like you don't understand what I've been through. You don't understand what the pain that I've dealt with or that I'm dealing with. I'm in it right now. I'm overweight. I can't stop eating. I can't stop drinking. I can't stop smoking. I can't stop having sex. I can't stop doing all of these things because I really just want to be loved and I want to be healed. But those things are temporal because if you notice, you can keep doing whatever that addiction is and it gives you a temporal satisfaction and it lives and it seems you're worse in a worse state than before. It'll never fill the void. You can never fill a God-sized void with worldly substitutes. The world cannot fulfill or fill a God-sized void. Have that mirror moment. Forgive yourself. Ask God to forgive you. Receive His forgiveness. Receive His love. And know that you are loved beyond what you can ever imagine. He is absolutely 100% in love with you. The Bible tells me that we are engrafted into His hands. We're always in His view. He's concerned about us. He knows our down sitting and our uprising. He knows the way that I take. Listen, your way you're taking is freedom. Your way you're taking is healing. Your way you're taking is lifelong victories. Challenges will come, but we got a different mentality. We're changing our mindset. We got momentum that's going to push and thrust us as we continue to keep the movement going, and we are going to be free. Self-rejection has got to go. The imposter her is defeated. Listen, I need you to know that you are not her. We have just crossed over into the real you takeover. I'm Sonia Battle, your momentum coach, and I'm changing the way you view Mondays. Take over, Queen.